Hi, let's talk about bugs. Bugs Bunny and all that bug stuff we have as realtors. The bug man, bed bugs, termite bugs, cockroach bugs, silverfish bugs. Okay, what we used to do on a deposit receipt purchase agreement, put in that the seller was to do a termite report in a section 1 clearance. We don't really do it that way now. Now we're doing it more in time of the investigation, inspections. The buyer may ask the seller to do it, or the buyer will pay for a termite inspection. What has this done? This has eliminated a lot of the termite companies from getting as much business as they used to. Because once it was in the purchase agreement that it was going to have a section 1 clearance, it becomes part of the documents that the lenders want to have approved and have verification that it got done before they fund the loan. So now that it's put in more the 17 or 19-day investigation period, a lot of people aren't asking for it. Or it becomes an investigation as a sideline document that's not in the purchase agreement. So even if you want the termite report and says you have stuff, if you didn't put in your document and ask the seller to repair it or to give you funds for it, it's not part of the agreement. See, a lot of agents would tell sellers or buyers that a termite report is required or a clearance. It's not. It's not part of the law. Only when it gets caught from an appraiser or if it's a VA, Veterans Administration transaction. Maybe CalVet wants it too. So you have section 1 when a termite company or bug guy, Bugs Bunny, does this inspection. Section 1 work means that there's an active infestation. It's active. Rot, subterraneans that crawl up with the mud tubes or the little pellets of debris from the other termites. I can't think of the name of them right now. But anyways, the other termites. So you have 2 different types of termites. Wood termites, and then the ones that come out of the ground, subterranean. They drill for them. Okay, so section 2 work is only something that a termite company may put on to get more money. If you're going to do the work with them, it's something that could lead to infestation. A sprinkler that's hitting wood, a spot where you have a part of the house, maybe the front door, is in a little water puddle where it rots or could rot. Those are section 2 items. What a lot of people will get confused with is the following. Termite companies, their primary deal is a fumigation, to fume, put on the tent, tape the windows, okay? So people get confused with the section 2 with it being actually a secondary. Secondary means that they're not going to fumigate, they're not going to tape, they may not gas, they're not going to turn off the water heater or the gas meter, which you have to get the city to do, or what a mess that is, get all your food out. So they do what's secondary. They treat and spray, they do orange oil, they freeze it. That's called a secondary measure, okay? But it's not section 2. It could be a section 1 item, and the way you cure the section 1 item is using a secondary measure, a non-fumigation. Got it? A little bit difference there. That being said, since we're talking about that, if you're doing a disclosure and you see cockroaches, silverfish, mice droppings, rat droppings, you should put on your disclosure for the seller, or you as the agent on your TDS, that you believe there may be active infestation. Okay? Lastly, I'm going to throw this on here because this is also something that's not a requirement. A lot of title companies, escrow companies, they don't bring it up because they don't have to. When you do a deal all cash, when your buyer buys all cash, you don't have to get the buyer's coverage for the lender to make sure that the buyer is qualified with no detriments that's going to impact the property. So you can save $300 or $400 if it's an all cash deal. The buyers or sellers don't really care. It's when you have the lender. So the lender checks the buyer for IRS or lien. Let me tell you what happened to me. In 2011, I sold a property to three brothers on a land contract. I didn't get an ALTA policy on the three brothers. Year and a half later, they stopped making payments because the market dropped so heavily in 2008, 2010, whatever it was, that they gave me back a deed in lieu of foreclosure. I didn't do a foreclosure. They gave me a deed. Hey, we're out of here, Carl. It turned out one of the three brothers had a lien with the county for child support for $30,000. That lien is now on my property, even though they gave me back the property. Why? Because I didn't go through a full disclosure process or foreclosure process. I got a deed in lieu. So you got to be cautious. Would I have been better to get those three brothers an ALTA policy? Hindsight, yeah, it would have cost me $1,000, and they would have said, nope, you can't buy it. I didn't know they were going to bail on me and walk away. So now I'm stuck with a lien that I can't get the county to remove because it's on the property, even though the property's back in my ex-wife's and my name. That's my story. That's my story about bugs. Say hello to Bugs Bunny. Take care. Be safe. Bye-bye.